Sri Swamiye Sharanamayappa.
Hello everyone, Namaste, Harish here. In this video, I am bringing you the astrological predictions for November 2025. See, there has been a gap of couple of months since I came in front of you. A lot of travel, there were some health issues that I was coping with. All these have prompted me to take that break. However, I hope that I will be able to bring you more videos, especially this monthly predictions. Year end is coming, so I would be putting 2026 complete predictions. All these I would be hoping to bring in front of you. Right? Before we go into this video, I would urge you to have your Janam Kundli, that's your birth horoscope, with you. So the reason why I tell you this is that you will have to find out what is your moon sign or the Rashi that you were born in, and also the ascendant or the rising or even the Lagna as they call it, right? So in your Janam Kundli or the birth horoscope, it would be written ASC, that's ascendant, or LA, La, probably in your Hindi language. So that would denote Lagna, and find out which Rashi out of the 12 Rashis that Lagna is, and then look at where is moon placed. It could be written as MO, which is the short form of moon, or it could be written as Cha, which is like Chandra. So these are some of the ways you can find out where your moon is placed, and that is your moon sign or Rashi. Keep that ready. So throughout this video, I have given predictions for all 12 Rashis or 12 Lagnas. Look at which is your Lagna, find out which video is that, and look at that part, and also your Rashi, correlate that, keep it together, and then you will be able to find out what is the best for yourself for the month of November, right? As I always say, your support is inevitable for me. Please support by subscribing to my channel. Comments are extremely crucial because the YouTube algorithm will take this video to more people only when you comment. Request you to put your thoughts, your queries, your doubts about astrology all in the comment section, so that I'll be able to answer those and then get this video to more people. So like this video, share as well, right, to your friends and family. Now let us go through all the 12 Rashis or moon signs and the Lagnas or the rising. Mesh or Aries, November 2025 predictions. See, the ruling planet of your house is Mars, and for the whole of November, he is placed in Vrishchik or Scorpio. Scorpio or Vrishchik is Mars's own house. That means he is at a very happy state when he is placed in that Rashi or sign. However, what you should note is that Vrishchik or Scorpio becomes your 8th house, right? So any planet or your Lagna Lord or your Rashi Lord being placed in 6, 8 and 12 houses are not that great. It brings in malefic effects and challenges to your life. So Mars being placed in your 8th house might not be that great for you. You might see a reduction in confidence, things not favorable for you, people not paying heed to what you say, your ideas not coming to work, etc. However, there is a scope of happiness because Mars is in his own place. So instead of doing 100% negativity, he might just do like 60-70% challenges that might come to you. However, what you should have noticed for the last 6 months is that the amount of challenges in your life has increased, especially at your work, at family, in your health, etc. This is majorly caused by the Saresati, which is the 7.5 years of Saturn, which has started you in March of this year. right? So this is going to continue for the next 7 years at least for you. This has just begun. There are challenges that is coming your way. Please be mindful about that. However, Saturn being in the 12th house is not going to give you that much challenges that you might face when he is in your own Rashi, which will come starting 2027. So currently, this is the time to cope up with the challenges, to ensure that you are on the right track, to understand how to cope up and figure out your life in the right way. The only planet that might bring you benefits this month is Jupiter. Guru or Jupiter, Brihaspati, has moved into your 4th house, which is the Kark Rashi or the Cancer Rashi as such. So it is a place where Jupiter gets exalted, and which means that the house of 4th bhava, which is your your own house, your vehicles, your mother, and denoting all these, are in a very good position, right? So if you are planning to buy a new house, register a new vehicle, get your mom's health in the right track, this is the time for doing all those stuff. And the whole of November, Jupiter will continue to be placed in your 4th house. Sun, who will denote your work, is currently placed in the 7th house, in Tula or Libra, in the beginning of the month, and on the 17th of November, he will transit to your 8th house, which is Vrishchik or Scorpio, right? Libra is a sign where sun gets depleted, which means the effects of sun will not be complete during this month for you, and then latter part of the month he moves to your 8th house, right? So challenges at your workplace are at store, so which means that you have to be very careful to not get into quarrels at work, not get into petty office politics, be careful about your work, put more efforts, etc. Students also need to be very careful, because Budh or Mercury, who denotes your education as a part, is currently placed in your 8th house and is actually in a retrograde motion. So he will transit to the 7th house by end of this month on 24th of November, and which means that students has to be extremely careful and put in more efforts, give the best of results. However, towards the end of the month, you can start planning towards joint researchers, combined studies, etc. That will be favorable to you by towards the end of this month. Another good part for you is that Venus or Shuk is placed in the 7th house. He is actually stationed in his own house, which means that some of the quarrels that you had at your house, especially with your spouse, some of the misunderstandings with your business partners would reduce considerably. In an overall reading for the month of November for Mesh or Aries, whether it is a moon sign or Lagna or Ascendant or Rising, it is a month of challenges, right? 70-80% of challenges is being seen, especially from work, for students. Health has to be taken care of. The only good part that is coming to you is that there will be a better understanding between you and your partners, and then your house and vehicle could be something that you could be looking forward to buying, or getting a new one exchanged. So these are the only positive that comes, but just hold on. These are ways that you could actually move forward and ensure that this month passes on pretty smoothly. Don't have to worry too much. Let this month pass by, and some of the planets will transit further, which will bring you good luck. Okay, wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Rishabh or Taurus, predictions for November 2025, both from a moon sign and Lagna perspective. See, the Rashi Lord or the ruling planet for Rishabh or Taurus is Venus or Shuk. He is going to be placed for most of the month of November in your 6th house, which is Libra. Right? He transits to Libra on 3rd of November and moves from Libra away on the 27th. So most of the month he is going to be placed there, right? See, Libra is his own house, so he'll be very happy sitting there. However, Libra forms to your 6th house, right? Which might not be the best of places that you would want your ruling planet, the Rashi Lord, to be placed in. However, since he is placed in his own house, you will see improvement in your health. Whatever challenges that you had in your health, improvement in that. There could be a lot of respite from your enemies. You will see who are your enemies and get escape from them. If you are thinking about applying for a loan, to construct your house, to modify your house, buy a new vehicle, all this would come true this month. The chances are very high because of Venus being placed in your 6th house, right? There was one planet who was giving you a lot of financial gain, which was Brihaspati or Jupiter, who was placed in your 2nd house for the last almost 5-6 months. However, he has transited to your 3rd house, which is Kark or Cancer, right? Kark or Cancer is the house where Jupiter is exalted. However, being in the 3rd house, it might not be highly beneficial for you. Yes, there are some positive because you would have better communication skills. Your communication with your, at your workplace would be better. You would see a better, brave heart that you are bringing in, especially from a work perspective. All these are positive, but he will not give you the best of things that Jupiter is supposed to give, which is, better luck, money, all these. You might not be seeing that completely. Sun, will move from your 6th house to your 7th house in the beginning of, in the mid of this month. In the 6th house, Sun being there could be challenges at your workplace. 7th house, there is slight improvement that you will see. If you are running a business with your partners, there could be, benefit there in terms of, Sun being moved there. But ensure that you are not getting into unnecessary quarrels with your business partners and your spouse as well, right? Like, because there is Sun being placed in Scorpio along with Mars. Both are fiery planets. They bring in lot of heat. And 7 as a house denotes your spouse or your partners, your life partners, your business partners, all those, right? So do not get into arguments. Do not keep misunderstandings. If there is anything, please talk to them nicely and move ahead in life rather than keeping that vengeance to yourself. Rahu is placed in your 4th house. Rahu is placed in your 10th house and Ketu is in your 4th house, right? So Rahu being placed in your 10th house is generally good because it can bring you sudden improvements in your career, because Rahu is a planet which brings you immediate luck, immediate gains, and especially from a work perspective, that is very good for you. Saturn or Shani is placed in your 11th house. That is also not bad. He will give you what is due to you, because he denotes the karma that you have done, right? If you have done good, he will always give you good that is coming your way, and he will never stop you, Saturn as a planet. See, these are the overall planetary positions for November 2025 for Taurus or Rishabh as a sign. There are challenges, as I told you, especially with your Rashi Lord in your 6th house, Jupiter being in your 3rd house. All these are challenges. Sun being depleted in the beginning of the month, and then second half going into your 7th house. All these are challenges. I would expect around 60% to 70% challenges that's happening for your Rashi this month. However, you would be able to move ahead in the right path if you observe the ways to move ahead by lying low, not to get into quarrels, being extremely diligent in whatever you do, especially students. I forgot to tell about students, because this is the month when Mercury is actually in a retrograde motion, which will which will need that you have to focus much more on your studies. And latter part of the month, there could be some positives coming from abroad. If you are thinking about going to foreign countries to study, getting a loan to go to foreign countries, all these could come beneficial for you during the second half of the month. But till that, you have to put in a lot of efforts. There is no choice from that, and there is no respite. And even at your workplace, don't get into petty politics. Don't get into quarrels, misunderstandings, and all those stuff. If you follow all this, this month will flow smoothly, and the transits of the next month will be beneficial for you. Yeah. All the best. Thank you very much. Mithun or Gemini. Predictions for November 2025, both from a moon sign or Rashi as well as an ascendant or Lagna perspective. See, the Rashi Lord or the ruling planet of Gemini is Buddha or Mercury. For most of the month, he is going to be placed in your 6th house in Scorpio, actually in a retrograde motion, right? The Rashi Lord or your ruling planet being placed in your 6th house is not that great. It's not that beneficial, right? It might think that you will have reduced confidence, unfavorable things to whatever you do. These are the general predictions. However, there are two great positives that is coming your way for November. One is that Brihaspati or Jupiter being placed in your 2nd house, which is Cancer or Kark, and Shuk or Venus being placed in your 5th house for most of the month, right? So 2nd house denotes money, your family, your words, etc. While 5th house denotes your kids, your benefits from your parents, from your ancestors, etc. Two great planets being placed here, which means that there will be abundance of money that will come. There will be peace at home. There will be great harmony at your home. There will be good benefits that you are going to get from your ancestors. Your children will bring you joy at all times. See, if you are thinking about having children, having kids, and you have been waiting for some time, this is the right time, for you, and you might see some positive signs being coming to your way during this month. There are chances that there could be some positive events in your family. It could be your marriage, if you are intending to get married. It could be childbirth, as I told earlier. It could be that somebody who was ill or having some kind of health problems are completely relieved from that, and that brings you harmony, right? And as I told you, this is a time when you might get a lot of benefits from your work, from a money perspective. Increments, bonus, all this is coming your way in November. Okay, so keep that in mind and move positive. Sun, who denotes your work, is currently will be placed in your 5th house for half of the month, and then he will transit your 6th house. So first half of the month is going to be positive. Although Sun is depleted there, it is okay because it is placed along with Venus, and second of the month it might go Sun going into your 6th house might not be favorable, but it is having an aspect from Jupiter, who is currently placed in your 2nd house, which is actually positive for you. Sun being placed there might actually bring in some health challenges that you could have, but at the same time it could ensure that you are winning over your enemies. So that's a positive sign that could come. Saturn will be placed in your 10th house for all of this month, and Rahu placed in your 9th, and that will be good as well, right? So Saturn being placed in your 10th house, although it might bring some delays, but it will give you due credit to whatever you have done at your work in a positive way. If you have done good things at your work, it will give you the best of the benefits. And Rahu being placed in your 9th house, which denotes luck, is very positive for you, because it said that nobody can give as much as Rahu can give. So that is very positive for you. So overall, for this month, for Gemini or Mithun, please utilize this period. It is a fantastic period for you. 70% to 80% positives are going to come your way. Good things can happen in your family. There's going to be abundance of money, peace, harmony, everything. And there could be small delays that could happen in your workplace. Students have to be a little bit more cautious as well. They need to focus as well. But overall, it's a fantastic month for you. Please float and enjoy this November. All the best. Thank you. Kark or Cancer. Predictions for November 2025, both from an ascendant or rising perspective as well as a moon sign or Rashi perspective. See, the Rashi Lord or the ruling planet of Cancer is Moon, right? As you know, Moon travels through all the stars and all the Rashis or houses throughout the month, right? Every 2.5 hours he transits from one house to another. So it is said that the waxing moon, that means new moon to full moon, is beneficial, while the waning moon, that is the full moon to the new moon, might bring you challenges. So when you are looking at the benefits that comes from moon, it is always fluctuating for you throughout your life. Whether it's November this year or November next year or 25 years later, it is going to be like that. So for Cancer or Kark as a house, you should always look at other planets, where are they placed and how are they going to bring you success or challenges in each of the stage that you are in. In November 2025, one good thing that has happened to you is that Jupiter or Brihaspati or Guru has moved into your own house. He is going to be placed for the entire month in Cancer itself. See, one school of thought says that when Jupiter came into the first house for Rama, Lord Rama, he was made to go to the forest in exile, right? Does that mean that you will also go into the forest? You will go into exile? No, that doesn't mean that way. It just means that your travel, your tiredness, all will increase, right? Why do they increase? Because a lot of positive things will come your way. See, think about work. You might have to travel for work. Think about good events that is going to happen in your family. So you will have to run around for that. There could be a lot of money flow. So you will have to travel for that. So all these positives are going to come your way, whether it is from your work perspective, whether your family harmony, events, marriages in your family, etc., etc. And for that, you will have to toil and strive hard. That's where the travel and tiredness that is going to come your way. See, another good thing that is going to happen in November for you is the placement of Venus or Shuk in your 4th house. 4th house denotes the house of your vehicles, your mother, your house, etc., right? Your home, etc. So Venus being placed in his own house of Libra or Tula will bring you a lot of benefits from that perspective as such. So if you are planning to buy a house or buy a villa or a beachside villa, see this one that I want to get into my dream home, this is the time. Please go and buy. If you are looking to buy a new vehicle, get your mother, to live with you in your house. If she is staying in your ancestral house and you want her to come and stay with you for life, this is a time to make all these choices in your life that is going to bring you extreme positivity for your life in the coming months as such. From a work perspective as well, Sun is going to be placed in your 4th house for half of the month. Although it is depleted, it is going to be associated with Venus. So there will be Neecha Bhang Raj Yoga that will happen there, which means it will bring positive to you. And after half of the month, he will move to your 5th house, which is Scorpio, right? And he is aspected by Jupiter there along with Mars. So Mars is going to be placed in his own house, in your 5th house, which means that there will be a lot of positive that will come from your ancestors, your parents. You just have to be mindful about you getting into unnecessary quarrels with your children. See, they are in a different generation, you are in a different generation. So ensure that these kind of misunderstandings are not being there, for your life. See, another small challenge that could come is by having Ketu in your 2nd house. 2nd house is the house of family, your money, etc. You might have extended thought processes about your family and money flows, etc. You might overthink about these, but you don't have to do that, because as I told you, there are 2 benefic planets in the form of Jupiter and Venus placed in your very good houses as such. So overall, when you see about students as well, they are going to have a positive time overall, but be careful because Budh or Mercury is in the retrograde motion. So just focus a little bit more if you can, and get good results from whatever you are studying. As I said, November 2025 is going to be an extremely positive month for you. 80% positives is what should come your way. Good events should happen in your family, money flow, all this should be there in your family. Just be mindful about quarrels, small altercations with your children. Students, be careful and be cautious and put in more efforts, and this month will bring you a lot of luck overall. Thank you very much. Namaste. Sing or Leo. Predictions for November 2025, both from a moon sign and an ascendant perspective. The Rashi Lord or the ruling planet of Leo is Sun. See, Sun is going to be placed in your 3rd house for the first half of the month, and on 17th of November he will transit to your 4th house, which is Scorpio, right? Where he is going to be placed along with Mars. See, 3rd house is not a fantastic place to be for a ruling planet, although it might better your communications, etc. But a good part that has happened this time is that Venus, the ruling planet of your 3rd house, which is Libra, is going to be placed in that house itself from 3rd of November to 27th of November, which means that there is a Neech Bhang Raj Yog that will happen because Sun is depleted in Libra. However, are you going to get the maximum effects of that Neech Bhang Raj Yog? Might not be, because it is your 3rd house, right? So you have to be careful, especially at your workplace, right? There could be situations where you might feel that you are striving hard and you are not getting the rewards that is expected to come your way, right? Like you might know that, hey, I am the best performer, I should be the one who is getting to be promoted, but you might not be considered for that promotion. You might be giving the best ideas for business progress and success, but your words are not taken into consideration. Your team is not giving you the respect that is supposed to be given. So, Sun being there in your 3rd house is the reason for all these. Along with that, what is fueling this is your Saturn being placed in your 8th house. Saturn is currently in Pisces or Mean, which is 8th house from Leo. See, it's called Ashtam Shani, which means that it is in the 8th house, right? So that is going to bring you challenges, especially from 2 aspects. One is health, second is work, right? You would have seen that you would have got like some kind of ailments, illnesses, especially pertaining to your bones, muscles, liver, these kind of things, which you would have seen in the last 6 months that is happening to you. If you are not facing so, please be careful in the coming 2 years. Take extra care about your body. ensure that you do a full body checkup and ensure that all the ailments are being cleared. Hit the gym, workout, yoga, meditation, all these are extremely important. And at a workplace, the Saturn being placed in the 8th house might bring you some challenges and delays, because Saturn will be aspecting your 10th house. That's the reason why that delays happen, right? Ketu is being placed in your own Rashi, which means that you will overthink for anything and everything. You cannot stop thinking. You will be losing sleep left, right, center, right? Don't do that. Please start meditating, and get into yoga so that it can help you in a better way. Rahu is placed in your 7th house, which means that there could be some kind of altercations with your life partner, your business partners, etc. There could be suspicion there. So please be mindful about these things that is happening at your home or at your business place as such, right? Students have to be a bit careful because Mercury is in the retrograde motion and it is being placed in your 4th house for most of the month, and by 24th of the month, Mercury will translate into your 3rd house. Mercury transiting your 3rd house is slightly positive because students can ensure that, if you are looking for getting admission to a college which is far away from your house, but still in the country, you can think about doing that, although it means that you will be moving away from your parents. But you will have to ensure that you will put in a lot of efforts in your studying because of the retrograde motion that Mercury is bringing in. And please be mindful that about your temper at your house especially, and to your mom especially, right? Because there are two fiery planets, Mars and Sun, going to be placed in your 4th house from your 2nd half of the month, which means that your temper, your heat will increase drastically. Please control that, and that should bring you some positive. Jupiter is going to be placed in your 12th house. See, Jupiter being placed in your 12th house means that there could be a lot of unwanted expenses that will come your way, right? You might think that, oh, how do I control this? That expense has come this month, my credit card bill is still pending. But the fact is that you might not be able to control it because Jupiter being placed in your 12th house is going to give you that expenses. But what you can do is translate those expenses into positive expenses. So what do you mean by positive expenses? Is that spend for the family, spend for your kids, take your wife for a holiday. All these are positive expenses which will add in some kind of positivity as a fixed deposit in your life, right? Spend to go to a trip to religious places. All this should help you in the long run. However, one thing to be noted is that Jupiter being placed in the 12th house could bring you positives from lands that is away from your home. So foreign countries, foreign connections, import, export, all this should be giving you a lot of benefits this month. Okay, so overall for Leo or Singh Rashi, this month is going to be a mixed bag. Please take care of your health. Your work should be in a mid-range. Please don't get into altercations and do not think that you will not be rewarded. You will be rewarded in the long run. Please be mindful about your expenses. Students, please work harder and try to get positives from foreign lands because of Jupiter placed in your 12th house. So if you follow this, your month should flow smoothly and you should be able to see success in the coming months as well. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Kanya or Virgo, predictions for November 2025, both from a moon sign or Rashi as well as from an ascendant or Lagna perspective. See, the ruling planet or your Rashi lord is Budh or Mercury. For most of the month, he is going to be placed in your 3rd house, Scorpio, in a retrograde motion. Some schools of thought say that in the 3rd house, when the planet is in a retrograde motion, you will have two negatives combined to become some kind of positive. But some other schools say that it is going to be further, malefic if it is in a retrograde motion. But said that, yes, there could be some challenges that could come your way from a ruling planet perspective because of your self-confidence and your mental blocks that is going to come your way. Said that there are benefits that is going to come to you in abundance from the placement of other planets. Jupiter is going to be placed in your 11th house in Cancer, and he is going to be in an exalted position. Right? 11th house is the house of gains. Venus or Shukra will be placed in your second house for most of the month, from 3rd of November to 27th of the month, and Venus is the ruling planet of your second house, which is Libra. So second house denotes money, family, your words, etc. So think about two beneficial planets. One is Jupiter in your 11th house, bringing you all the gains. Second is Venus being placed in your second house itself. It is going to be fantastic. There is a lot of money flow that is going to come in. There could be great events, especially from a positive perspective, good events that could happen in your family. Think about a marriage, think about childbirth, think about, coming back home from a long-term foreign assignment. There will be harmony in your family. People will start respecting you. Your words will be heard at your office. All those. So this is going to be a great period because of Jupiter and Venus's placement. Not yet finished. Sun is going to be placed in your second house in Libra itself, along with Venus for half of the month till 17th, right? Although Sun is depleted in Libra, Venus is already along with him in his own house, which means that there will be Neech Bhang Raj Yoga, which is going to be extremely positive for you from a work perspective. All the gains that I spoke to you earlier, especially from your money, will actually translate from your work most probably. You will get increments, long pending bonuses. You will be, looking at foreign assignments. There could be a lot of recognition coming your way. Respect will increase. Your status and stature in office will increase. So these are extremely positive times for you. Ketu is placed in your 12th house and Rahu in 6th house. Ketu in 12th house will ensure that you are in the right track, especially from a spiritual, devotional perspective. That you are not going in any path of adharma or negativity, right? So on that perspective, 6th house Rahu being placed, it will ensure that your enemies are destroyed at the word go. See, there are some challenges because of Saturn being placed in your 7th house. Small altercations with your spouse or business partners is in cards, but as I told you, Venus in your 2nd house will ensure that everything flows smoothly. Students have to be slightly careful because Mercury is going to be in your 3rd house for most of the month, but in a retrograde position, as I told you earlier, right? So extra focus in your studies is required. There could be some small travel from a work or education perspective, short travels that is expected for the month of November, especially in the 2nd half. On an overall level for Virgo or Kanya, this is a fantastic month. We are looking at an 80 to 90% positives that is going to come your way. Lot of good things. Please enjoy this month to its fullest. Please take advantage of this because in the coming months you might see that the tides are slightly turned because of the planet positions during those months. So please take advantage of this completely and enjoy your time as such. All the best. Thank you. Tula or Libra. Predictions for November 2025. Both from a moon sign and ascendant or Lagna perspective. See, November 2025 for you is going to be a golden period. I'll tell you the reasons. Your Rashi Lord or your ruling planet of your Lagna is Venus, and he is placed in your own sign, that is in Libra or Tula, right? So what more do you want when your ruling planet, your house lord, is sitting in his own house, right? That is the best thing that can happen to you, right? In terms of all positivity, your self-confidence, your aim to get better, all will be improved during this period of time. Along with this, what we are seeing is that Jupiter or Brihaspati has moved into your 10th house. So he was earlier in your 9th house, which was very good also, but now he has moved into 10th house where he is in an excellent position, right? So this can bring in lot of good things in your career. Sun was in your, or rather he will be in your own Rashi till the 17th of November, right? And you know that Sun is debilitated or Nicha in Libra or Tula, right? However, since Venus is also placed there, he attains a Nicha Bhang when Sun is debilitated there. So what it brings to you is Nicha Bhang Raj Yoga, right? So you have your Lagna Lord placed in your own Lagna, or your Rashi Lord placed in your own Rashi. You have Venus in that, as I was saying, Jupiter in your 10th house, Surya or Sun becomes Nicha Bhang, and Raj Yoga will be coming your way. And in the second part of the month, he will move on to your second house, which is the house of your money, wealth, your words, and your family. Right? All these are extremely positive for you. So one of the good things that may happen to you at this point of time is that think about getting high respect at your workplace, getting probable increments, promotions, bonuses. You might be given a new opportunity at your workplace to head a project. Your ideas will be taken forward by your management or your organization to make it better. You will get unexpected returns of your stocks, your investments. All this is going to happen during this period of time. You will also be interested in luxury, luxury travel, luxury goods that you may want to buy, cosmetics. All these things are going to be interest matters for you at this point of time. Okay, see, just one sign of caution for you is, especially in the second half of the month, when Sun will join Mars in your second house, right, in Scorpio. Mars is the ruling planet of Scorpio, and he being there means he is the one of the most powerful planets that is being placed in Mars, right? Being placed in Scorpio, I mean. Mars is a very fiery planet, and Sun is equally fiery. So when they join hands, what will happen is increased levels of heat in your body, increased levels of aggression, and please mind your temper, especially at your workplace. Don't get into unnecessary quarrels, don't get into arguments, and all this, if you can avoid that, that will just cleanly take you to the next level. Okay. Shani or Saturn being placed in your 6th house is also extremely good for you. It will destroy all your enemies. Yes, there could be some small challenges, especially regarding health, but your enemies, you will get loans at your will. All these are positive signs of Saturn being placed in your 6th house. Rahu and Ketu are also in decent positions for you. And overall, as I said, there is a lot of positivity that can come due because of the placements of the good planets in the current scheme of things. One thing that needs to be looked at from an education perspective for students is that Budh or Mercury is in the retrograde motion in your 2nd house, that is in Scorpio or Vrishchik. So he will move on to your own house in Tula or Libra towards end of the month in the retrograde motion that he is in currently, right? So one sign of caution there is that you have to put in more efforts in your studies. Yes, you might be able to get scholarships, you might score good marks, etc. but if you want to sustain it for a longer term, you will have to include more and more studies and put a lot of efforts, especially during the mid of this month, when you when Sun comes and joins Mars, who is already placed in your second house. So these are some of the pointers that you need to keep in mind. Just be cautious about your aggression, just be cautious about your studies if you are a student. Rest, everything is most positive for you. Take advantage of this month and move ahead. Next month, yes, there could be some changes in the planet positions which might bring in slight negativities to you, but don't worry about that right now. Now enjoy the period, take advantage of it. 80-90% is positive for you, and that's when you have to ensure that you enjoy that completely. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. Vrishchik or Scorpio. Predictions for November 2025. Both from a moon sign or Rashi and from a ascendant or Lagna perspective. See, Vrishchik or Scorpio has been one Rashi or one sign that has been going through a roller coaster of a ride, especially in the last 8 to 10 years. And I would say most of the time this roller coaster has been in the downward trend, right? You would have seen challenges coming your way, left, right, center. There is going to be some positivity that is going to come to you in the month of November. That I can guarantee. I'll tell you the reasons why this is going to be a good month for you. 1. Your ruling planet of the house of Scorpio or Vrishchik, or the Rashi Lord, is placed in your own Rashi, right? So think about a planet who is placed in his own house. He will be the most happy, most benevolent, and most powerful. That will give you the best of health, wealth, and happiness. You will be in the highest state of self-confidence. You will be ready to take on any challenges and move ahead in life in the right frame of mind. Another great thing that has happened to you, or that is going to happen in November, is Jupiter or Brihaspati being placed in your 9th house. 9th house is Kark, and Jupiter being placed in Kark means he is in an eccentric position, and 9th house is the house of luck. Jupiter coming there is going to change your life for the next 12 years, right? See, Jupiter is the lord of your 2nd and 5th house. 2nd house denotes wealth, while 5th house denotes your ancestry as well as kids, right? So 2nd and 5th house lord being placed in 9th will give you abundance of wealth, abundance of luck. There could be a lot of good things that could happen in your family, marriages, childbirth. See, if you are a person who is looking to get married, this is the right time. If you are a person in love at this point of time, this is the right time to go to the next step. And if you are a couple who is waiting for childbirth, this could happen at this point of time, especially if you go through some medical aid that can come your way, right? So overall, it will be very good for you from all parts of life. Your career is going to be in a very good shape, especially from the 2nd half of the month. First half of the month, Sun is placed in your 12th house in Libra along with Venus. Although there is Neech Bhang Raj Yoga that is happening because of Sun getting depleted in Libra and Venus being placed there, since they are in the 12th house, it might not bring you the best of things your way in the first half of the month, right? There could be some advantages coming from foreign land. There could be some positive things coming from on-site projects, etc. But your positivity might not be at the highest level in the half of the month. But in the 2nd half, your career is going to take a turn in a very positive direction. You could get increments which were long pending to you. promotions that you have been overlooked for last couple of years, and even like change of place that you might be looking at. If you are intending to apply for jobs abroad, if you are intending to change your place, this is the right time to look at things in the positive way. And that's why I said this is going to be a very good golden period for you overall. Rahu placed in your fourth house means that this is the time that could help you do maintenance to your house, get your house in a better shape, repaint it, remodel it. All this is in cards at this point of time. There is also chances of you changing your vehicle, giving away the old one, getting a new one. This is all in cards during this month. Saturn or Shani is placed in your fifth house, which means that the help from your ancestors or the blessings from your ancestors is going to be at the highest point if you have done positive karma this birth, right? So Saturn will give you very good things if you have done good things, and vice versa. So if you have done good things in this life, you are going to be blessed because of Saturn being placed in your fifth house, right? There will be small overthinking, especially from a career perspective, because Ketu is placed in your 10th house. That's the only thing that you need to be mindful about, right? And one more thing that students need to be mindful about is because of Buddha placed in Scorpio, in your own Rashi, in the retrograde motion. Yes, you will have high levels of confidence, especially in education, but you should understand that because Buddha is in the retrograde motion or Mercury is in the retrograde motion, you will not get the results that you are expecting. So please put in more efforts. Another important point that you should be mindful about is, especially in the second half, Sun is joining Mars. Both are fiery planets and Mars is very powerful sitting in his own house, which means that please control your temper, especially at your family, right? You might think that you are the custodian of your family and everybody should obey you, which means that there could be some ego issues coming there, not only in family, maybe at your workplace where you are the manager to a lot of subordinates under you. So that could come there as well. But please be mindful about that. You don't get into unnecessary arguments or altercations with your family members or with your subordinates. See, that's why I said, like, overall it is very good, 80-85% positivity. Some small challenges, yes, there has to be some challenges for making life fun, right? So those small challenges are going to be there. Students, please be mindful. Second half of the month, please control your temper. Do not overthink about your career. Everything is going to be very smooth for you, especially in November month. Wishing you all the best. Thank you very much. Dhanu or Sagittarius. Predictions for the month of November 2025. Both from a moon sign or Rashi and Ascendant or Lagna perspective. Let me start by saying that the month of November for you is kind of filled with challenges. Your Rashi Lord is Jupiter, and in November he is going to be placed in Kark, which is your 8th house. Is it good for your Rashi Lord to be in the 8th house? Not really. Although Jupiter is exalted in Kark or Cancer, which is your 8th house, he might not be bringing all the goodness of him being a benefic planet and your Lagna or Rashi Lord. 8th house is house of secrecy, house of life, and house of occult, right? So Jupiter being placed there, although might not give you lot of negativities, it will not give positivity as well. Another important factor to be noted is that Saturn or Shani is in your 4th house. 4th house is called the Ardhashtam, which is half of 8, right? So it is expected to give you half of the challenges if Shani or Saturn was placed in your 8th house, right? Especially from a health perspective. Be careful about that. You would have been already seeing some challenges, some minor challenges coming out from a health perspective. Think about muscles, bones, joints, liver, these kidneys. These are some of the areas that can be affected by Shani or Saturn. You would have seen some challenges. If you have not seen, please start taking care of your health. Yoga, meditation, all this is good. There could be some small challenges at your family as well, because 4th house denotes your house, right? Some altercations with your family members, with your mother. There could be some small challenges coming with respect to your mother's health as well, right? There could be continuous maintenance work at your house. Think about that. One day a tap is leaking, another day a door is creaking. Some small things that would just continuously bother you from a house perspective. Same as well from a vehicle perspective. Some small things keeps coming up which will give you some kind of tension as well as expenses. Sun will be placed in your 11th house for half of the month along with Venus, where he will give you Neech Bhang Raj Yoga. That is one major benefit thing that is going to happen to you in November 2025. Venus is in his own house in Libra or Tula, and Sun being there is depleted for half of the month, which brings in Neech Bhang Raj Yoga, which can give you some positivity, especially from your career perspective. You can expect some long pending promotion, increment, bonus, you being positioned in a leadership role for a project, etc. All this can be expected during the first half of the month. Second half of the month, Sun will join Mars and Moon in your 12th house, which is Scorpio or Vrishchik. Moon is in retrograde motion. Mars is sitting in his own Rashi, which is Vrishchik or Scorpio, and Sun is coming in there, right? So Sun coming in your 12th house and Mars being there might not be in a very good shape for you as such. Yes, there could be some advantages that could come to you from foreign lands, especially from a career perspective or business perspective, that could come from you from different lands other than your birthplace. So that you could take advantage of. Other than that, please be mindful about being in a very fiery mode, very hot tempered, especially when you are in your bedroom in your family, because 12th house denotes your bedroom as a place, right? So especially with your spouse, your partner, please be mindful and control your temper. That is very important. Rahu is placed in your 3rd house. That is good. So as I told you, there are some challenges. Your Rashi Lord getting hidden in the 8th house, Saturn or Shani being placed in your 4th house, and second half of the month, Mars is joined by Sun as well. Students needs to be extremely careful during this month. Mercury is in your 12th house and in retrograde motion, which means the challenges will increase. You will have to focus a lot. There could be some advantages if you are studying abroad, or if you are expecting to move abroad for studies. There could be chances that you will get a loan approved very fast. You will get admissions very fast. All this could come your way. But if you are looking at scoring marks, if you are looking at research papers being published, etc., this is a time when you have to put in 150% of your efforts, which can lead to 80 to 100% of results coming through, right? 60-70% of challenges is being seen this month, 30-40% of positivity, especially in the first half of the month. If you are mindful about the things that I told across this part of the video, you can sail through very smoothly through this month, and then move to the next month where the planets can move into positive positions in your chart as such, right? Wishing you all the best. Thank you very much. Makar or Capricorn. Predictions for the month of November 2025, both from a Rashi or moon sign and ascendant or Lagna perspective. See, your Rashi Lord or your ruling planet of your house is Shani or Saturn. He is placed in the third house, which is Mean or Pisces, in November 2025. Is it good for your ruling planet to be placed in the third house? Not always, but not in the case of Saturn. Saturn being placed in your third house is actually good for you. Third house denotes your courage, your communication, your valor, etc. And Saturn being there will enhance all these qualities that is there. And since he is your Rashi Lord as well, he is going to be benevolent in those perspectives. Another good thing that has happened or that's happening for you in November 2025 is Jupiter being placed in your 7th house. He is in the Kark or Cancer house, and he will be exalted when he is in that Rashi, right? So things would take a positive turn in your relationship with your partners, whether it is your life partners or your business partners. There could have been some challenges that you would have faced with your partners in the past months, in the past years, especially from issues rising from ego, suspicion, etc. All this will turn into positive, and there will be rejuvenated love that will come your way when you look at your partners. Your career, your job is going to be at an all-time high during this month in November 2025. Reason for that is that Venus is being placed in your 10th house in Libra, and for the first half of the month, Sun will also be placed in the same Rashi, right, which is Tula or Libra. As you know, Sun is depleted in Tula or Libra, but Venus is also placed there. What does that mean is that it will bring you Neech Bhang Raj Yog. There will be enhanced benevolence from both Venus and Sun during this point of time. And where are they placed? They are placed in the house of job, career and father, etc. in your 10th house. So long pending promotion, increments, bonus, respect from your team, your subordinates, recognition from your management, all these are in cards during this point of time. There could be money flow that is going to come to you from your investments, especially from gold, platinum, etc. Your father's money could come to you during this point of time. All these are positives that could happen. Mars is placed in your 11th house, which is also good for you, because Mars is not always considered to be a complete positive planet, but he is placed in your 11th house, in his own house in Scorpio. That is going to be positive for you. Sun will join Mars and Mercury. I'll come about Mercury in a minute, but Sun will join Mars in the second half of the month in Scorpio. See, one thing you have to be very careful is to control your temper, because Sun and Mars both are fiery planets. They bring in a lot of energy. You have to ensure that your energy is dissipated in the right mode rather than getting it out as anger. And where do you need to control this anger is especially at your workplace. Please be mindful that you don't get into unnecessary quarrels, altercations, etc. So these are some things that you need to note. Mercury or Budh, I told I will come about it. One important thing is that Mercury is in the retrograde motion in most of the month, and he will be in Scorpio till 24th of November, and post 24th he will move to Libra or Tula Rashi on 24th, as I said, in the retrograde motion as well. What does this mean is that students have to be extremely careful. If you are looking for 100% of the results, you have to put in 200% efforts. So please be mindful that there are some challenges coming to you, especially in terms of education. If you are actually thinking about any professional course, joining them, writing entrance examinations, that could gain a positive turn in the latter part of the month. But overall, you have to put in a lot of efforts. As I told you, for Makar or Capricorn, you have to be extremely careful from a temper perspective and education perspective in terms of students. Rest, everything is positive. Your Rashi Lord Saturn in your third house, seventh house where Jupiter is exalted, Venus and Sun in the 10th house bringing Neech Bhang Rajyog. All this is extremely positive. I am saying at least 80 to 85% positive things to happen to you during this point of time in November 2025. Please capitalize on this and move forward smoothly in your life. Wishing you all the best. Thank you very much. Kumbh or Aquarius. Predictions for November 2025, both from a Rashi or moon sign and ascendant or Lagna perspective. See, the ruling planet of Kumbh or Aquarius is Saturn, and he is placed in your second house, is in Mean or Pisces. You are going through the 7.5 years of Saraswati, and you are in the last leg of it, and you have almost 2 years to complete the Saraswati. You would have seen a lot of challenges coming in your way, especially from a career, from family challenges, from your health perspective. Challenges would have come your way. But now is a period that you would have seen a little bit of respite. Think that you were walking with a 100 kg bundle on your head. After a point of time, this 100 kg reduced to 25 kg and you are still walking. Does that mean that you will be happier or will you be still sad? I would take it as a positive sign because the load on your head has reduced. The same thing is what you need to consider when you look at the last phase of Saraswati, right? Although Saturn is your Rashi Lord, does not mean that he will give you all benevolence when it comes to Saraswati. That's why I'm saying challenges are still persisting but improved a lot when it comes to the challenges that you are facing, right? A very good thing that is happening to you at this point of time in November 2025 is that Venus along with Sun in the first half will be placed in your 9th house, Libra or Tula Rashi, right? So 9th house indicates luck. It is Venus is the Rashi Lord of Libra, right? Which means that he will be highly powerful and highly benevolent, and he is one of the planets who will give you the maximum luck to you, right? As you know, Shukra or Venus gives you that. Sun is debilited in Libra, but since he is placed along with Venus, it will bring you Neech Bhang Rajyog. So you are going to live life king size in this month, and both of them being placed in the 9th house is going to bring you a lot of luck, right? There could be a lot of positive things happening to you, especially from a career perspective, right? Mars is placed in your 10th house, in your career house, and he is being sitting in his own house, which is Vrishchik or Scorpio, right? Which will bring you a lot of positivity. So you will be in high levels of self-confidence. You will think that you can cross all the challenges in your workplace. You will ensure that your enemies are being seen completely and they will run away from you, right? That is the kind of energy that you will bring onto the table at your career. In the second half of the month, Mars will be joined by Sun. Sun is the ruling planet for career, right? So he joins Mars in your 10th house. That means your career will go in a positive, heightened way during that point of time. Promotions, changes in your career from a positive perspective, management roles, all these are in cards when Sun joins Mars in that position. There could be benefits that could come from the government which has been long pending for you. Benefits that could come from your father which has been long pending. benefits that could come from investments that you have done or your parents have done for you. So these are some of the ways positive things might come to you. One thing you have to be very careful is that you have to reduce your temper, because Sun and Mars are fiery planets. They are joining at your together at your 10th house in Scorpio or Vrishchik. Please be mindful to control your temper, especially at your workplace. Don't get into quarrels, arguments, unnecessary bossy styles when you are dealing with your team or subordinates. And please be mindful and respect your elders during that point of time. So this thing you have to keep it in mind. See, one thing very important is that this is the time when you could see that you are getting good luck from loans. If you are thinking about getting a housing loan or any other kind of loan, this is the right time to get it. There could be some negative impacts of Jupiter placed in your 6th house also, although it will bring you positive luck in terms of you getting money from loans, etc. It will ensure that your health is not in the complete heightened level. There could be small niggles here and there, right? But said that, it will not give you any bad long-term illnesses. You could clear your debt during this point of time, which has been accumulated over the years. So that is also a possibility during this point of time. See, another thing is that you would be always willing to take on more things in your life, whether it is from your family, whether it is from your work, whether it is from your friends. You are ready to take in lot of more things that you want. So be mindful about that. And another thing is that do not overthink about your partners, whether it is your business partners or your life partner. Do not overthink. Do not get into a suspicion mood, especially because Ketu is sitting in your 7th house. So that's the only small things that you have to keep in mind. Rest, everything is extremely positive for you, and it will bring you a lot of good luck during this part of the month, especially from a career perspective. Small challenges here and there, especially health, etc. Be careful about that and move ahead positively in life. You can sail through very smoothly in this month with at least 60 to 70% positive effects coming from the planets that I told you earlier. Wishing you all the best. Thank you very much. Or Pisces. Predictions for November 2025, both from a moon sign or Rashi and ascendant or Lagna perspective. See, your Sade Sati is going on, right? You are in the second phase of Sade Sati or 7.5 years of Saturn, because Saturn is in your Rashi itself. You would have seen an heightened amount of challenges that has come your way, especially from your health, your career and family, right? So these challenges are going to continue for some more time, especially because of Sade Sati being there for another 4.5 years for you, right? I know that this might not be a great thing to hear, saying that challenges are going to come your way, right? But please be mindful that if you know that there are some kind of hurdles that you are going to face, you can take some evasive action, right? Think that you are going out jogging and you know that it is gonna rain. You can take a raincoat, or you can take an umbrella, or any kind of thing that could help you not to get drenched, right? That's all I'm saying when you look at Sade Sati as challenges. One good thing that is going to happen for you in November 2025 is that your Rashi Lord or your ruling planet is Jupiter, going to be placed in your 5th house. 5th house is Kark or Cancer, where Jupiter is exalted, and that is going to give you the best of benevolence from your ancestors, your past life positive karma, and the happiness that your kids will bring to you. If you have kids, the kids will bring to you would be heightened. If you are a couple planning for kids, that you want to get into the family way, then this could be a positive time for you to move in that direction as well, right? Because Jupiter is in your 5th house. So that is a positive sign for you. Rahu and Ketu are placed in your 12th house and 6th house. Both are negative planets being placed in negative houses. So the effects are nullified. So that is positive for you, right? Mars is in your 9th house. Mars is the ruling planet of Scorpio or Vrishchik, and he is placed there itself, right? And second half of the month, Sun will join him, and Mercury is already there in the retrograde motion. I'll come to that, but let me talk about Mars and Sun being there in your 9th house. That is actually positive for you, especially from a career perspective, right? You could be given some positive things in your career, especially from a management perspective. You be given a new responsibility. All these are in the cards, right? But one thing that you have to be careful is that you have to lie low, especially because of two things. One is Sun and Mars being fiery planets, that will increase the blood pressure in your head. Your temper will increase. So please be mindful that you don't get into altercations or unnecessary quarrels with your team members, especially. And Shani being placed in your 1st house. So these both are going to make you highly tensed and frustrated. Please be mindful that you reduce that, right? I told you about Mercury being in the retrograde motion. Students have to be extremely careful. If you are intending to get 100% results, please be prepared to put 200% efforts. In the latter part of the month, on 24th of November, Mercury will move on to Libra in the retrograde motion itself and will be hidden in your 8th house. That is going to be further increasing your challenges if you are a student, right? So as I told you, Sadesati is going on for Meen or Pisces. It is going to continue. 60% challenges are being seen in this month. There are some positives, especially when with regard to your Rashi Lord or your ruling planet Jupiter being placed in your 5th house and Mars and Sun being placed in your 9th house. Of course, Rahu and Ketu are in 12 and 6, so they are not going to give you anything bad as such, right? So all these are positives. If you are mindful and willing to lie low, you can smoothly go across this period and ensure that you come out as a more knowledgeable, more experienced person who can face the world in a better way. Wishing you all the best. Thank you very much.